When I first set out on my journey to self-improvement, to make myself better every single day and strive towards success, I used to watch lots of self-help videos, I used to read lots of self-help books, and I was looking for an answer, a specific set of instructions to follow. And no matter how many videos I watched, no matter how many books I read, I never saw this one thing that I was supposed to do. And the truth is, we all have our own we all have our own purpose, we all have our own thing that we need to achieve, and not all of us have it figured out yet, and not all of us know what actions to take to get there. You are all unique, and you all have your own unique goals, and you all have your own unique destinies, or if you don't believe in destiny and you believe in free will, we all have our own unique purpose that we're attempting to fulfill, that we're trying to accomplish. So I can't tell you specifically what to do in that aspect of your life, your main thing, your main goal. However, what I can say is no matter what your goal is, no matter what you're trying to achieve, there are 3 things that I highly recommend and think are extremely necessary on your journey to success. I've got people loading my truck at the back at the moment, and it's going to be a shaky and possibly loud video, but try and stick with me, okay? There's 3 things that I have learned and have made me feel better and more capable and confident and competent at fulfilling my divine purpose eventually, once I discover exactly what it is. That's all part of the journey. But it will never be the wrong answer to train your body to get muscular. Whatever physical activity that you do, whether it's putting on muscle, whether it's trying to run a marathon, trying to increase your endurance, it doesn't matter what it is. Personally, I like muscle building, but if you're a woman, maybe you prefer running or getting endurance, but something that's challenging physically and regular is important, because what this is going to do is it's going to teach your mind discipline. It's going to teach your mind that if you push through things that's hard to begin with, things eventually get easier. It's the same with building muscle or running, any sports activity, and it's going to be the same later on when it comes to business, and you're going to have the discipline that's required to work hard in that aspect of your life also. So it's never going to be a wrong answer. You're never going to say, oh, why did I waste all of my time making this amazing body? You're never going to look around and think that. So you know deep down in your mind that is the right answer to do. So I would highly recommend you all to spend any amount of time that you've got, any amount of time that you can spare every single day. If you can always have time. Don't say I don't have time. I'm talking, you can always do 10 press-ups as soon as you wake up. Boom, boom, but no one cannot spare 10 seconds. I'm sorry. And obviously you can start there and build up, and the more you do it, the more you'll love it, and the more results you'll see, that you won't even want to stop anyway. So just get to the gym or just do something. It's never going to be the wrong answer. Getting stronger is amazing, and it's just such a shame to live your whole life, we only get one of them, never fully reaching your genetic potential. You want to get to the best physique that you possibly can at least once in your life. You can't live your whole life not knowing what that could have been like, what that could have looked like. So that's a must. The second thing that's never going to be the wrong answer is acquiring as much knowledge as possible. Now, I'm going to do another video about monk mode, which is something entirely different, and that's extreme takeaway of any dopamine, but that is not what I'm talking about in this video specifically. You can live your normal lifestyle as it is and read a page of a book a day. Watch one video every single day that is teaching you something, whether it's teaching you something about a certain topic. I don't mean teaching you useless stuff, unless you're a historian, learning about historical events that aren't necessary to progressing you is entertainment. I'm not saying it's a waste of time, but that's just entertainment. That's making you more cultured. There's benefits to it too, but it's not teaching you anything worthwhile that you're gonna learn further down the road. I'm talking watch motivational not motivational speeches. Well, yeah, motivational speeches as well. But I'm talking more personal development speeches, things that are going to teach you important ways to think and feel, and you can develop a mindset this way, or just what it is that you might or might not know what it is that you want to do. So just learn about that aspect. Spend a period of time every single day learning about that aspect. You can learn in many different ways. I'll cover a different video on this. This is just a brief description of 3 main things to do. You can learn in many different ways. Some people like writing, some people like reading, some people like watching, some people like listening. There's audio books. There's many different ways you can accomplish the same task. I would recommend that you choose one of them and just, I'd say half an hour a day minimum. If you really say that you don't have time, I'm a single guy with no friends, so for me, I've got nothing but time. I can dedicate a large amount of time. But if you've got a wife and children, I don't know who I'm talking to on these videos. You could be older than me, younger than me. I'm just telling you what I think. 10 minutes or something. If you're driving to work, you can put on a podcast or an audiobook or whatever. 10 minutes, or just before bed, just read a few bits. Whatever it is, it's never going to be the wrong answer to develop a good mindset and acquire more knowledge. And the third thing is to save as much money as possible. If you don't know what you're going to do yet, if you don't know what your master plan is yet, if you don't know exactly, I'm guessing you want financial freedom or to run a business one day. That's what most of us intrinsically want. Most of us intrinsically, a lot of people that don't watch content like this intrinsically want that, but they don't have the drive and desire like we do to occupy knowledge and apply it to our daily lives and have the discipline to do that every single day. But deep down, I would say the majority of people want that. So it's never going to be the wrong answer to save as much money as possible in the meantime, until you discover what your thing to do is. Because if you are going to start a business one day, you're going to need capital. There are a few, I'm talking generally here, by the way. There are a few instances, obviously, where that's not necessary, but it's never a bad thing to have. You're never going to look at your bank balance and think, oh, God, why have I got £20,000 for? That's a waste, isn't it? No. Obviously, having money is going to be extremely beneficial. So I also want to do a more depth video on this and how I started to save money, because I was in debt for a long time. If you're in debt, you get out of debt. I know that sounds obvious, but forget about your ego. Put your ego to the side. I'm gonna do another more in-depth video on this as well. But just put your ego to the side. I've taken out loans on cars that I could just about afford. That was my own fault, just because it made me look a certain way. I was obsessed with looking rich instead of actually being rich. I'll admit that right now. Now I'm obsessed with, I don't give a shite how I look. I want financial freedom. I don't care if I'm, for the time being at least, while I'm in my 20s, I don't care if I'm driving a clapped out 1.2 litre. I started out in a 1.2 litre petrol Polo 2009, my first ever car. It was like £1,000. I had some of my most fun days in that car. Now I've got a BMW 3 Series 2 litre diesel, and it's a nice car, but it's, for me at least, but I should never have gotten it. I've got it now, and I'm still paying the loan off it. It's nearly over. I'll discuss all my finances in another video, what my situation is currently looking like. But if I could go back in time, I probably wouldn't do that. So having as much money as possible, putting your ego to the side, and just living a lifestyle that you can easily maintain and save a good proportion of any money that you're earning at the same time is also never going to be a bad idea. You don't want to be, I've been struggling in the past, and I'm going to talk to you, I know I keep saying this in another video. I hate when people say that, but now I'm saying it. I've been in a situation where, you know, you're struggling to keep your head above water. You're just constantly running in the wheel and it's getting worse. Just stop. Don't buy anything else. Don't keep accruing more debts. Just pay what you can. Just, if you have the ability to, just sell whatever it is that's giving you the headache and taking all your money. Crap car for the time being. Just get some capital behind you, because that is never going to be the wrong thing. So, if you are struggling on what to do, you don't know what the right thing is, you're looking for the answer, do these 3 things in the meantime whilst you are trying to discover the ultimate answer. This is a prerequisite. This is the beginning stages before you have the actual answer, if you don't have it yet, like I didn't. And that is to build muscle, or just do some activity that's going to teach you physical discipline, acquire as much knowledge as possible, and save as much money as possible. So I'm not telling you to have a crap, everything in moderation. Just do whatever you can. I recommend doing as much as possible, because for me, my personality, I'm an all or nothing kind of guy. I personally, if someone told me to exercise for 10 minutes a day, that ain't gonna work for me. It's not important enough. I need to do it. I already got a lot of hate on a video for saying I go to the gym for 3 hours. I mean, first of all, it's a slight exaggeration. It's about 2.5, and I have commented on the fact that I needed to correct. So, yada yada yada. I'm talking nonsense now, but this advice can be tailored and tapered to you as an individual person. I'm not going to tell you, if you've got 5 kids swinging off your arms and a wife and a life. I thankfully have no life, so I can dedicate my time to whatever the hell I want. But if you're short on time, just do whatever you can. But those 3 things I would highly recommend. It's never going to be the wrong answer. It's never going to be the wrong answer. So if you're stuck, if you don't know what to do, if you sat there wondering, I want to get ahead, but what do I do? One of those 3 things, and well, all 3 of them every single day. But if you're wondering right now, you can do one of them right now. And thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See you in the next one.